It's Philly's 100.3 Philly's RNB. It's Queen Yazzie. It's Philly's RNB Now. And I am accompanied by the beautifully spirited, profound artist, the one and only Sol Chyld. How you
Thank
feeling
you.
today, Sol Chyld?
I feel good. Getting better by the day. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, feeling blessed. I'm so happy that you were able to come through.
I'm so happy that I was able to.
Yeah, you manifested this, you said.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Got to. Even like my Discord, my TikTok followers been helping me just manifest new things every single year.
As he should. And you've really been moving and shaking. I want to get right into it to figure out the roots of Sol Chyld. Like, where are you from?
Camden, New Jersey.
Oh, Camden, New Jersey. Okay. So what was it like growing up in Camden?
Felt like it was something new every day, to be very honest with you. And then I went to a creative performing arts school, so I was always around some music, always around some dance, and always around like just very talented people, really. But growing up in Camden, it's just, keep your head on a swivel. You
Okay.
grew up a little fast out there. But it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice, community, family oriented. And then, just having, adults around me that was really like headstrong to, stand up for what you stand up on, learning yourself and being mindful, which I'm very grateful for. So it was beautiful.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Coming from Camden and able to say like, hey, I learned how to keep my head on a swivel, but I had that protection with
Yes.
me. And you mentioned going to a creative and performing arts school.
Yeah.
So I want you to share some key moments in your music career in Camden. What were some key moments for you?
Gosh. All right, so I had there was like a protest going on. This was like during the pandemic. And they asked me if I could perform. And I, being a member of my community, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever you guys need me to do. And I got to perform one of my songs, Ignite, outside of Camden City Hall.
Okay.
And it was just like, it felt like I was in the moment, so I didn't really, I feel like I didn't fully appreciate what was going on. But just seeing my community from like all ages and them like, just feeling that energy from them and then my energy, it was beautiful though.
That has to
getting
be
to perform
beautiful.
outside the city hall was beautiful.
Performing something like Ignite, I can only imagine, how they receive that. And I can
Yeah.
imagine the lyrics to that song being so powerful, right?
Yeah.
That is wonderful. How do we become Sol Chyld? How did this artist come to be?
So I always, I started writing in 7th grade.
Okay.
With a writing coach by the name of Hassan Malik. Shout out to Hassan Malik. He's from Philly.
Okay.
So he would come to the school. He would let us know, like, hey, just write what you experience, write how you feel, stuff like that. Going into high school, I joined a poetry group. So now I'm doing, like, poetry and spoken word. And then from spoken word, I started to dabble on top of beats when I got to college.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had friends around that, they pushed me to it. Sound terrible. I didn't know how to stay on beat, but, practicing and really putting my best foot forward, really helped out a lot. So going into 2019 is when I was like, yeah, I want to make music now. And 2020, it was like, okay, you're getting good. Stick with it.
Wow. And you're not only just an artist, you're multifaceted. I mean, I remember first meeting you and you had your laptop. I was DJing, you were a featured artist, and you were able to create a new set on the spot. So I'm assuming, are you an engineer? A producer?
Yeah,
Okay,
I started
wonderful.
producing.
So how do you balance that? What does that creative process look like as you being a lyricist, a vocalist, and a producer?
It all intertwines, really.
Yeah.
And it's like when I was in school, I would always get coined as the jack of all trades. So they would come to me. I was a lighting technician, a sound tech. I was helping with everything except for visual arts and fashion design. I couldn't quite get a hold of it, but that kind of just followed me. Whatever I would take, interest in creatively, I would just throw myself to it. Figure it out along the way, and music has been the one that really stuck with me. So sometimes I gotta like cut off some things to be like, I can't produce right now. I need to write these songs.
Right.
I can't do this creative thing right now. I need to stick towards this.
Right. And I love that. So far, your journey has sound like the perfect alignment, you know. And so we're here today. I recently tuned into your EP, Something. That is something, okay? And I want you to share, you know, how do you want people to feel when they hear this project, and go into, you know, the creativity behind this project as well.
She's a jack of all trades.
Right.
Because at first when I got that, I thought it was bad.
Okay.
But I'm like, no, I could learn as many things as I want.
Absolutely.
And figure out how to put them into these things, how to put it into music, put it into life, put it into whatever creative endeavor I'm deciding to do at the moment. But with the EP, I'm like, all right, you know, I got some attention from NBC. The TikTok is building. I'm building my Discord. They know I can rap.
Yes.
I want them to know that I can also sing and I know how to write.
Yes.
You know, some tunes and some, you know, this melodic, you know, catchy phrase or whatever. I want them to know that, but also, you know, throwing some more rap with it.
Right.
So yeah, that was about it. I just want them to know that she's multifaceted.
I know that's right. Yes, because it was lyric heavy, and I love the fact that it was short and sweet. But as you were saying, it gave each part of you.
Yeah.
You know, we have Catalyst. I want to speak about that music video. That music video is doing so well. You know, what was the concept behind Catalyst?
Catalyst. At first, I'm like, all right. So I hear this when Catalyst first starts off. It has like this very malicious laugh.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, I need to play on that. And I am a big fan. Like my top rappers, no particular order, is like Andre 3000,
Okay.
Eminem, Lil Wayne.
Okay.
So growing up listening to that, especially Eminem, where he'll get into like these very wild stories. So I'm like, all right, I need to play on that. So Catalyst is like me killing everybody, but on this beat.
Wow.
So the music video has to be very sinister.
I love that.
So when the music video came about and it was very last minute, we're like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? I wanted to shoot today, but it's raining. So we ended up just shooting in the rain.
Okay, so that wasn't unplanned.
Oh,
that was
not
perfect.
planned to shoot in the rain because it's like we have equipment. If this goes,
That's right.
yo, we done for the day. We done for like a whole month because we would have to get a new camera. So yeah, we're shooting in the rain. I end up going to like Party City and buying some fake blood. I'm like, okay, just spray it around. Let me look crazy. Go get a shovel. We gonna make this deal. So yeah, I'm happy that it came out the way it came out.
Oh, it was well executed.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm like,
shot by Wayne Campbell. I just have to throw that out there.
All right. Y'all heard that. Shout out to our videographers out here. We can't do it without them. And so I want to get into something, you know, a little more personal, because I hear when I'm listening to you, art has always been important to you, it sounds like. In your opinion, how important is art to society, you know, and if you can share any words of encouragement to other artists, if you will.
Man, art, because art got me out of some really dark places. So knowing that it did that for me, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have that same experience. A lot of people, life imitates art, but art also imitates life. So we look at, like, my first time like seeing Lauryn Hill,
right,
and seeing this beautiful black woman with her freeform locks, let me know, as a little black girl, you could do this. If you want to take it serious, you can do it. But that's something that we look forward to, that we look up to in art, whether that's painting, whether that's poetry, whether that's music, whether that's even like a jazz street performer.
Yes.
Someone is seeing this and they're being inspired, and we don't even know that.
Absolutely.
But they know it. So yeah, I think art is very important.
That's beautiful. Well, Sol Chyld, thank you so much. I want to get more into what you have recently. You know, I want you to share with the audience so they can be tapped in and tuned in to Sol Chyld. And please mention this new single and our dream feature for the second verse.
All right, so the new single, which is releasing next Friday, is titled Choice. Produced by Lester London and Wayne Campbell.
Okay.
Choice came about, I'll tell you the story sometime.
Okay.
It happened so fast and it was so organic. And it's like workout. It gets the heart pumping. It's like, oh my God, I'm inspired to go do something and win.
All right.
So that was very important because it's like, yo, we have this mindset to go do it, but we also have to execute it.
I love that.
With a passion. you know?
Like a triumphant record.
Yes.
I love that. I love
Exact,
that.
thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, and we're you know, I left the second verse open because I'm like, I wanna leave some space. Hopefully, you know, we get like like a Denzel Curry
Come
or
on.
a Joey Badass or even like a Coast Contra. So those are like some artists that I'm like, yo, they would run on this track.
All right,
You know,
Denzel, Joey, and Coast.
you know, manifesting. You know,
That's right.
power of the tongue. So you know, put it out there. Somebody will catch it. But yeah, that released next Friday, and then at the end of the month, I have my full album dropping. Something Came to Me, and you know, speaking of power of the tongue, I was gonna name the album Nothing Came to Me at first.
Wow.
I know, right? At first, because I'm like, all right, these are tracks that I made within like the span of the past 9 months.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, you know, nothing came to me, but here's something.
Right.
And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I'm an extreme believer in manifesting.
Yes.
So it has to be something came to me.
Yes.
Whether it's, you know, whatever. I just know it's going to be great.
That's right.
So, yeah, that's about it.
Oh, I love that, Sol Chyld. So make sure y'all stay tuned for the single. Y'all stay tuned for the album. And one last time, can you share with the audience where they can, you know, support you, follow you, and tune in?
Oh, all streaming platforms, SolChyld. You can join my Discord, TikTok following, which we're now at 79,000. So yeah, all platforms, SOL space CHYLD.
All right, thank you, Sol Chyld. 100.3 R&B is Queen Yazzie, Philly's R&B Now with Sol Chyld. That's peace.